but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes.
Hi, and welcome to Run Tall with Tim. I'm Tim. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate the time that you and I get to spend together, so thanks for tuning in. And I hope wherever you are that you're happy, healthy, and staying safe. On today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Hoka Mach Supersonic.
You might think you'll see me falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain stopped hitting down.
Now the Supersonics are part of the ProFly series of shoes that are lightweight daily trainers by Hoka that feature their ProFly Plus midsole foam. Hoka's marketing as an everyday daily trainer suitable for speed day. But are they really? And are they worth the money? Well, those are the questions that we're going to try to answer today, so be sure to stick around. But before I get into it too far, I always like to demonstrate what it looks like to run in the shoes I'm about to review for you. So let's do that. But then when we come back together, I'm going to take a real close look at the Hoka Mach Supersonics to try to answer that all-important question, are these the right shoes for you?
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars, up at the stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart, get to your heart. Ooh, you're letting your fears take hold, let them take control, and it's making me crazy. If you could only look at me, you know how I feel, know how I feel. Oh, see how much I want it, see how bad I need it.
If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Run Tall family. Really glad you're here and you found us on YouTube. Now I post running shoe reviews, comparisons, and shoe battles weekly, but I also like to post other videos that are related to running as well. So if you enjoy watching running shoe reviews and other videos about running, be sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time that I upload new content. Now these are a neutral road shoe that I ordered true to size and they fit me perfectly. One of the better fitting uppers by Hoka that I've worn to date, second only maybe to the Mach 4. Now these are considered to be a lightweight daily trainer and I would say yes they are. On my scales for men's size 9 they came in at 8.3 ounces or 235 grams. I did purchase these with my own money and they retail for $150 US. Now the Supersonic is a limited release shoe, so it's not intended to be the next Mach 5. We'll see that shoe later on this year. It does still have a dual density foam midsole, so the top layer of foam is their ProFly Plus midsole material. And kudos to Hoka for including or changing up their midsole foam a little bit here, moving from ProFly to ProFly Plus. I always like it when companies take chances and innovate because you just never know what you're going to get and what you're going to like. And then that bottom layer of foam, now that's their more rubberized, dense EVA foam. They've done this in a lot of other shoes, including the Mach 4. So they don't have a traditional outsole rubber here. They're using that more dense EVA rubberized foam as their outsole material. It does feature 29mm stack height in the heel and 24mm up in the forefoot for a 5mm offset from the heel to the toe. This is pretty typical for Hoka. You know, they usually live in that 4 to 5mm offset range. Lots of times in their neutral road shoes or their racing shoes that feature carbon fiber plates, like the Carbon X2, the Carbon X3, those types of shoes, they have a 5mm offset. Sometimes in their trail shoes, they'll go with a 4mm offset. Now with this shoe, they maintain the early stage meta rocker design, so that just simply means they start curving that forefoot of the shoe right about at the metatarsal head. They do have a fairly decent aggressive heel bevel here that helps with that transition from the heel to the toe. Now let's just take a step back. You know, I talked a little bit about that ProFly Plus midsole material. And whenever I see plus on something, I always think that it's going to be a little bit softer, maybe to run in. You know, like the Power Run Plus midsole foam that Saucony features. The plus here does not mean necessarily that it's all that much softer. Now, to be fair to Hoka, they are marketing this shoe as a responsive neutral road shoe, and that's exactly where this shoe lives. It's a responsive shoe. It is not that soft or highly cushioned to run in, but if you're looking for a shoe where you get maybe a little bit more of that ground contact feel, I think that, you know, the Supersonic might be a good fit for you. I do want to talk a little bit about the feel of these when you first put these on because it's somewhat unique. Now I do get the same feeling when I put on the Mach 4s, but it's different than other running shoes that I have, especially daily trainers. And with that early stage meta rocker, I feel like I'm on the back side of it when I first put these on. So I feel like my heel sits a little lower than it does in other daily trainers that I have. Now, if you're a mid to 4 foot foot striker, these feel pretty decent to run in. They're not my favorite daily trainer to run in, but they feel okay. And especially, like I said, if you're striking here in the midfoot to forefoot. If you're striking back from the midfoot back to your heel area, so if you're a heel striker, for example, these might feel just a little bit clunky. There's not a super smooth transition that I get in running in these, especially not like I get in the Mach 4. And I think that's really what sets these apart between these two shoes. And while again, this isn't the Mach 5, we can't help but draw a few comparisons in other Mach shoes. And in the Mach 4, one of my favorite daily trainers of 2021 because of how smooth they were. It had nothing to do really with the max cushion feeling or anything along those lines, because those two are a responsive shoe. But it was how smooth they were and how smooth I could move through my gait cycle, kind of like pedaling a bicycle. I did not get that feeling in these. They're a little bit more clunky as I moved through my gait cycle. The more I was up towards the mid to 4 foot of the shoe, the better they felt. So let's take a look at the upper now and talk a little bit about the fit. They used an engineered jacquard mesh material. It is a little bit of a plastic feel to it, so it's not cloth-like. I felt like the Mach 4s, for example, were a more cloth-like feeling to the touch. These have a little bit more of, again, that kind of that plastic feel to it. I think it's going to be really durable. I really enjoyed the fit of these. They fit terrific. Plenty of room up in the toe box to be able to display my toes. I got locked in and secure across the midfoot section of the shoe without any issues at all. And then you can see that there's really not a ton of stuff going on here. They do have their Hoka logo across the midfoot section of the shoe. And now they do have something a little bit different here. They've got this big pull tab, and they really start sewing that in right about at the arch of your foot. And then that comes back around, and it features this big pull tab back here. I don't need it to help me get my shoes on, but what I did find is it is somewhat convenient if you want to carry your shoes. But that's about it. Otherwise, I think that they probably could have left that off, to be honest. I'm not sure that I really needed it. Now, in terms of the eyelet chain, it's a pretty standard eyelet chain. No big wow factor here, but it does the job. They've got lots of plastic overlays around the eyelet, so you don't have to worry about those ripping out. The length of the laces was pretty much spot on for me. Sometimes in Hoka shoes, it seems like that lace length can get kind of crazy and out of hand. But here, I thought it was just perfect. I mean, I did run with a runner's knot, as you can see, and their laces were just fine. I think that they did a good job there. The tongue is a semi-gusseted tongue. It is pretty well padded, much more so than what we saw in the Mach 4. Now, this is really where it's kind of interesting, because this shoe is being marketed as maybe a faster version of the Mach 4, but it's heavier. As I mentioned, it came in at 8.3 ounces, but that's quite a bit heavier than what we found on the Mach 4, what we see on the Mach 4, which came in almost a half an ounce lighter. So part of that is all of the additional cushioning that they added, which is kind of surprising considering that this is to be a speed day shoe. I wouldn't pick this up on race day. It's fine to do some speed work in for sure, because still 8.3 ounces isn't overly heavy, but it could have been lighter. And part of that weight comes with the extra padding on the tongue. They've got more padding around the heel collar as well. It's very comfortable to run in. I'm just not sure that it's necessary. So let's check out the heel counter and see how much structure that they have back here. To do that, I got it up on my shoulder. I'm just going to give it the pinch test, and there's a lot of resistance here. There's a lot of structure. Creates a nice solid heel pocket for your heel to set in. So I never had any heel slippage either side to side or up or down. Plenty there to help hold you in place. Overall, the Hoka Mach Supersonic is a decent lightweight daily trainer that you can pick up the pace in, but it's not my favorite. And I think there are other choices out there that are a better buy. At $150 US, they're a little bit on the high side, especially considering that these are just okay. Save yourself a little money, and if you're interested in a shoe that's like this, only a little better, pick up the Hoka Mach 4. It's one of my favorites of 2021, or wait until the Hoka Mach 5 comes out and see what they have to offer. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, right here on Run Tall with Tim.
I've been through heartaches, I've been to heaven. I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up